What's up guys, here we are another Killing Floor 3 video, and today we're going to be talking about some huge tips and tricks to be able to dominate here on Killing Floor 3. Now these are things that I wish I knew sooner before I actually stopped playing the game. Now if you guys have not played Killing Floor in a very long time, or you guys are just getting into this game, or you guys are newcomers, these are tips and tricks that definitely going to go ahead and help you guys out, because now it's helping me out since now I understand the game a lot better. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's go ahead and dominate some sets on the codex, right? So on the codex right here, as you can see, you're going to go to crafting material and you're going to see bio crafting materials right here. You got bio samples, bio steel, chemical aging, electric parts, and gray matters. If you guys want to know what material you need for that specific mod, so as you can see, let me see, this one right here is a ammos on the barrel attachment. So you're gonna need chemicals aging for the on the barrel attachments and the ammos. So this one right here, the electric parts, this one you're gonna use it for barrels, receivers, and sight. So if you guys want to upgrade your sight or craft one of the sight, you're gonna actually need some of these to basically upgrading. So when it comes to Killing Floor, we got 8 maps in here. So we got city streets, R&D lab, radar station, we got the factory, convoy, the office, and sewer. Now each map is actually very unique when it comes to how you actually play the game. For example, if you guys get to a situation where you fight the final boss on R&D, fighting inside that room, that area gets very crowded. It's very small inside that area, so the chances of you actually fighting the boss in there becomes a little less, you know, as opposed to actually fighting them in radar station. If you fight, for example, the queen crawler right here in radar station, the way this thing is going to be jumping and moving around is supposed to how it will actually find this area. It will be easier to actually fight the final boss in radar station. So knowing where you're fighting, where the bosses are going to spawn, where the bosses are going to be going, and where the enemies are going to be spawning is very key in this situation. Each map is actually very unique, but it is nice that we got 8 different locations to actually do this. Now when it comes to this little symbol right here, this is pretty much the missions that every time you play on one of these maps, after you finish, it's going to tell you to go to a specific map to complete a certain type of mission. So if you guys go to assignments right here and you go all the way to missions, you will actually see that your main mission will be right there on the top. Travel to the radar station using the mission control at the stronghold. Now you know that your main mission right here is going to be travel to the radar station using the mission control at the stronghold. So basically all you guys need to do is go to this map right here, and then you can go and complete the mission, and you can get pretty much, as you can see, 500 XP. Now when it comes to perks, one thing I did not notice when I first started this, perks are very unique when it comes to these characters. Now most people will say, like, what do you mean perks? These pretty much are just operators. The operators are basically perks. So each operator is actually unique, and a lot of people actually get this mixed up with the weapons. So for example, you got commando, you got firebug, you got the engineer, you got the sharpshooter, you got the ninja, and you got the medic. Now as you notice, each one of these actually have a unique ability, a unique damage type, right? So the medic got the biological damage. This one, the ninja, has electric damage and force damage. The sharpshooter has ballistic damage, force damage, and then the engineer got sound wave, and then the firebug got fire, and then obviously commando got the accident damage. Now a lot of these operators, I will call it, are a little inconsistent. The main two that are very consistent is going to be the medic and is going to be the commando. So when we talking about medic, for example, if you look at the medic right here, right? So we're going to go to the armory. So when it comes to the medics, look at the weapons. So this got ballistic, but the secondary, the special weapon right here is going to have biological damage, right? The third weapon right here, ballistic, and the last weapon is biological damage. Now if we actually switch, for example, to the firebug, as you can see, the primary weapon is going to have heat damage, which is fire. The secondary, same thing, heat damage. And then The same thing with the third weapon, the special weapon, and then the last weapon, which is the special weapon. But when it comes to the commando, for example, same thing, stay consistent. You got ballistic damage. Now this is actually a costume, that's what we got electric, but it's normally ballistic damage. Every single weapon right here is actually ballistic damage. So this one stay consistent, this one stay consistent, and then the last one stay consistent. Say we look at the engineer. So the engineer got sound wave, right? If you go look at the armory for the engineer, where's the engineer? Right here. Primary weapon is ballistic, secondary weapon is ballistic, and then this one is the one that got the sound wave. So if you guys want to go ahead and use sound wave with the engineer, just know that your first two weapons, your primary and the secondary that you can get, is not going to be sound wave. Now this one right here, it doesn't have sound wave, unless once you actually jump into a match, you can probably find a weapon that is sound wave just by going to a different operator. So some of these are a little inconsistent. So for example, the sharpshooter, as you can see, ballistic, and then you got more ballistic, and then right here finally has ballistic and cold damage. But the sharpshooter, when you look at the perks, it doesn't have cold damage except that grenade right there at the bottom where it said cold damage. The main ability is force damage and ballistic damage. So these three characters that I was talking about are consistent with the weapons and the abilities. The other ones are just the gadgets. The gadgets are what's going to stay consistent with these characters. Now this one, obviously, these are just the gadgets that actually comes with each operator, not the weapon itself. But what I was trying to explain is that these three characters right here, the gadgets and the weapons, are actually consistent when it comes to the ammo type or the ability. So cosmetics, you know, there's one thing I didn't know is we're not actually starting with any cosmetics, at least right now. I'm guessing once the battle pass actually comes, this is when some of the cosmetics are going to be dropping. Now, when it comes to a skill tree, one of the things that you guys need to notice about skill tree, let me go ahead and switch to a different character because this is a new, this is a different account that I'm using. So when it comes to the skill tree, you can only actually choose one per level. So level 2, you got the this is kind of like the armor, and then you have the ammo, right? So you can only select one. So if I want to go ahead and choose this right here, once I start playing, this is what's going to be affected throughout the match. So I'm going to go with this one. Now you can actually level this up, as you can see right here, say upgrade, and you can basically level this up 3 times. The more you level it up, the higher the percentage it is. So after you unlock level 8 and then level 14, you can only select one of these at a time. Now, when it comes to, like, for example, the gadgets right here, is 3 different things that you guys need to notice right here. So this one right here is pretty much to reduce damage. It's almost like health, healing, and then this one is duration. So enemies in healing acid cloud stay in panic for 30% longer. So basically your stuff is going to stay for 30% longer. Acid cloud spawn by healing a projectile deals 20% increased damage. So this one is going to be the damage, duration, and then this one's going to be the healing. So right here, same thing. The grenades actually work a little different. Again, each one of these actually is going to be very unique. Just pay attention to if you guys want duration, if you guys want percentage as far as damage. Each one of them is going to be a little different. And when it comes to the weapon, each weapon right here is unique. So the commando, for example, as you can see, this is my weapon. You can always go ahead and actually create a loadout. So if I want to go ahead and do a loadout with this weapon, you're just going to go ahead and craft, and each craft material actually have a specific, you know, primary fire mod. So this one right here is going to be force damage and ballistic damage and cut damage, and then ballistic and heat. So you can always mix when it comes to the damage type: fire, wave, ice. Some of the stuff, electricity, ballistic, they can always be mixed. So the weapon that I have right here, as you can see, I actually have a few mods right here that you can go ahead and look at: electric, and then we got suppressor, enhanced foregrip, reflect side, fast magazine. So one of the things you guys need to notice is that even after you put one of these attachments, for example, this mod right here, suppressor, accuracy plus 3% accuracy, minus 4 recoil, and then Z time game multiplier plus 10. If I want to go ahead and change it, I can go ahead and craft one of these. But if I want to actually improve this, I can go ahead and craft it. So you can go ahead and craft another one, or you can easily, upgrade this, right? So if you guys craft it for the second time, you might have to pretty much sell it. This is one thing that I did not notice. Even though it say craft it, I felt like maybe if I craft it, I will get like an enhanced suppressor, or the suppressor will get upgraded. To upgrade one of these mods right here, you had to actually not click on craft. You're gonna have to click on the actual item. So on this one, I click here, and then at the bottom it say upgrade. So upgrade cost, you got the eyeballs, and then you got the meat, and then you're gonna go ahead and click upgrade. As soon as you upgrade this, it's gonna turn into green. Now you're gonna hold down, and then you're gonna upgrade this. So you pretty much had to do this with every single one of your mods. So make sure you don't do it twice if you don't want to do it twice. A lot of times people think that it didn't upgrade, so you're gonna go you end up doing it twice. As you do that with your weapon pretty much are gonna start turning into green, and then from green to blue, from blue to purple, meaning legendary. And that's how you actually level up your weapon. Now, how do you know which material you need to actually craft? So this right here is basically what we had talked about early in the video, where we talk about the codex and the materials that you need to craft to actually get those attachments. So moving on to the next one though, right here. Now, when it comes to the let me go right here first. These are the damage type that we had, right? So these right here are specific against that specific enemy. So you can always go here and it tells you the weakness, but you can always go here as well. So right here say affected against armor, Zed tech, neutralized against flesh, affected against mire. So pretty much you can just go ahead and look at some of these damage type, and it tells you exactly what it is, affected to. Or you guys can go to the Zeds right here, and then it will tell you what that specific enemy is weakness to. So this one is weakness to bio weapon. This one is to fire, and the strength is acid. And then the crawler right here, fire as well. Bio weapon right here. And then you got this one with sharp, which is crazy because every time you melee this one, you kind of get like acid blowing all over you. And then another bio, and then you got force and ice, and then you got fire and bio. So anyway, some of these are actually like I said, biological. Another way you can actually earn some of these materials, if you go to where it says general. So for example, right here, this one will tell you destroy equipment around the world like cameras, loudspeakers, screens, and chaos to earn dodge, crafting materials, and XP. So if you guys, once you going through a map and you start looking around, you will see cameras and things like that. If you guys destroy that, you can earn XP, materials, and you can just earn, crafting things that you can use right there. Now, when it comes to the molten tool, this is what you're going to use for zipline, traps, armor, lockers, repairing explosive, and locks. Now, when it comes to the bosses, if you guys want to know how to actually destroy some of these bosses, it will actually give you some tips in here. So, for example, the Queen Crawler, destroy web traps and eggs by damaging them. In the final phase, avoid mire portals and she attacks from. And then the weakness are bioweapon and basically fire. So this is some of the things that you can actually come in here, and just learning this codex right here will pretty much allow you to survive, especially if you guys want to go ahead and go solo, play hard mode, or play the extremely hard mode mission. Now, right here at the bottom, this you can go to hell on earth, you can go to hard, and you can go to normal. Now, another thing that you guys need to notice is if you guys do level up your weapon, once you jump into the match, you don't jump with that weapon. You actually need a specific amount of money to actually jump with that loadout. But I would say after the first wave, you're pretty much able to actually get that loadout right away. If you guys go right here to where it says daily orders, this is where you can activate your daily missions. So some of these missions like deal damage with a sharpshooter, deal damage using commando throwable. Right here, you gotta pin and then unpin if you're gonna go to the next one. So you can see if I try to go ahead and put the other one, it won't work. You gotta unpin this one, and then you can go ahead and pin the other mission. Now, when it comes to, for example, some of these items right here, like the commando, even though I already maxed out this armor right here, if I actually jump into a mission and I go ahead and start, I should be able to actually have the armor, but for whatever reason, it doesn't actually work like that. So we're going to go ahead and start a mission right here, and you guys going to see exactly what we're talking about. But that skill level right here, this one said, where is it? This one say armor costs from the trait are reduced by 25%. So you're able to actually get that specific armor, I would say about round 2, which is actually very unique. As you can see right here, you can go ahead and click on your weapon and it will show you your loadout right there. That first weapon that you will see right here to the right is going to be your loadout, and you need about 3,565, for example, for mine to actually use that loadout. Now, I'm sure that once you create about 2 loadouts, you will only able to see probably 2 loadouts right here. There's no way you can put like a whole bunch of loadouts right here. Now the armor, what we was talking about, as you can see right here, so far I already crafted this armor right here, which is the legendary one, but you, for whatever reason, you start with the basic. It looked like I can go ahead and equip this one right away, which is actually pretty good, but I just wasted actually 500. Now, if I didn't level that up, it would probably be a little more than that because I'm pretty much saving 20%. The thing that I like about this as well is that this thing starts right away. Loading is real quick. Now, as you can see, daily challenge, deal damage using commando throwable, which is pretty much this right here. You just throw your little grenades and you pretty much are gonna, you know, actually do damage with that. Alright, you guys, so another cool thing that you can actually do here is if you guys go to gameplay, make sure actually if you go to video, make sure your FOV is 120. And then when it comes to the gameplay, one thing that you can actually do here, if you can get rid of the HUD, the game actually feels crazy. And then if you guys get rid of the player outline, if you guys don't want to see players through walls, because the game kind of becomes a little gimmick and you guys don't want to see that. Also, these settings right here are the ones that I'm running. Player names I put off. Pin capacity, I took that off, and then everything else I kept in there. What it's gonna look like. As you can see right here, if you click on this, you can pretty much upgrade all the way to the last armor right in the beginning of the second round. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think so far of Killer Floor 3? Do you guys feel like there's a lot of things that you guys actually wish you guys actually knew before you actually start the game? I'm actually getting a lot better understanding Killer Floor, because I think I only played the first one and it was so long ago that I kind of don't remember exactly everything, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time in the next one.